I get the best view here to see your family, see Liz, and had a grandbaby there for a while, but as a new grandfather like you of 6, I understand sometimes you have to step out with those busy moms and dads. But I did get a picture of that with your grandbaby there. I sent it to you as well, so you'll have that as a memory from today. But it's great to have you here. I mean, your track record's amazing as an innovator, a scientist, mechanical engineer, electrical engineer. I'm a chemical engineer, so we could geek out here for a moment, but I just appreciate your thoughtfulness, looking at trade-offs in this, complex areas that relates to energy and being thoughtful and intentional going forward here with getting the right policies for our country. So thank you for stepping into the public service world. It's a sacrifice for you and your sweet family, and I want to thank you both for doing that. As I step back and look at the numbers at 30,000-foot view, think we're going to need 50% more energy in the next 25 years than we currently consume today globally. This has got to be a discussion increasingly on how do we get more energy, not less, as we think about these trade-offs. I think you play a really critical role here when confirmed as our Secretary of Energy. The last 4 years I've seen, I think, taking some steps backward, unfortunately. We saw pauses on LNG exports, prohibiting new coal leasing in eastern Montana, putting a pause overall on oil and gas development, even trying to ban new gas appliances. I think that's out of touch where the reality is, and that's why I appreciate, I think, your pragmatism as you look at where truth is, where physics are, and what the demand is going forward. One of the first things you can do as secretary, I think, is to refocus the department on pro-baseload energy policies. Baseload power resources like coal, natural gas, hydropower, nuclear, I think will ensure that we have access to reliable and affordable energy year-round, whether it rains or snows or the sun's shining or not. The world needs more energy, not less. And with the proliferation of data centers, thinking about, how does Google and Microsoft and others think about it right now? That they're buying baseload power. They need to think about baseload power as a way here to fund what they need to do here as it relates to the revolution going on in AI, blockchain technologies, quantum computing. The load is, I think the 50% forecast of more is probably low in where this is probably actually going to land here, and you can help us get ahead of that curve. So here's my question, Mr. Secretary, to be. Will you promote policies both at DOE and throughout the government that will expand energy development and ensure that reliable and affordable baseload sources of power are protected?
Absolutely, Senator. If I get the honor and the privilege to be confirmed and to serve, top goal of mine, you just summarized the top goal. Our electricity grid, as I've said earlier in the testimony today, it's become more expensive and less reliable, reversing a 100-year trend where that was becoming cheaper in inflation-adjusted cost and more reliable, and we've gone the other direction. We cannot go that direction. That's not good for America. It's not good for our industries. And that is a top priority of mine to work on.
I think we violently agree that reducing emissions is better through innovation, not regulation. What are some ways you think about how innovation could help drive reduction in emissions?
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the track record right now, almost all of the emission reductions in our country and across the globe, almost all of them have come from innovations. In the United States, the biggest one by far has been the arrival of low-cost natural gas through the shale revolution. That was innovation. It was not imposed. We got low-cost gas, lower emission gas, not just lower greenhouse gas emissions, but lower pollutants, lower particulate matter, lower SOx, lower NOx. That helps air quality. Countries that have reduced, a lot of country emission reductions that have been from regulation and from top-down mandates have actually not been the emissions reductions they appear to be. They've more been an emissions removal. If you shut down industry in your country or in your state, the emissions from that industry don't go away. They just go somewhere else. And if they go out of the United States with the cleanest and most advanced manufacturing technology, those emissions just go up. So really the only pathway to reduce greenhouse gas emissions and lift up people's quality of life is through energy innovation. And America's been a hotbed of that, and we need to return a vigor and a focus on innovation, on energy right here in this country.
All right, I'm out of time. One final quick sentence and statement is, as you know, Montana is becoming a quantum powerhouse. In places like Bozeman, in my hometown, are leading some of this high-tech innovation. We've got the Quantum Leadership Act that we're working on to spur more jobs and research in this area. My question is, when confirmed, will you work with me to bolster quantum and other next-gen technologies?
Not only I will, more importantly, this administration will. This administration and President-elect Trump is passionate about leading the next generation industries and leading them here in America. Absolutely.
Great. Thank you.
Love your passion.
Thank you.
Yeah, he went while I was out. Okay, we'll turn next to another new member of our committee, the great senator from the great state of Arkansas, Senator Cotton.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.